All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It's Saturday. Welcome to the weekend. Hope you're all doing well. What do we got today? Well, I'm excited for today. We're talking about some live concerts. We've got tickets to see Foo Fighters next summer at Fenway Park. That'll be a first time for me. That's exciting. And we love going to live shows here in the house. We've seen a lot of bands, and I say to myself, well, who's left? Who's left to see, or at least who's left that's any good? A lot of our rock idols are getting up there in their age, in their 70s, and in some cases their 80s. And a lot of them are excellent, or really good in concert. And then some you hear, it's hard to see, hard to watch. So you gotta have to do your homework first. And someone said to me the other day, well, who do you want to see? And I was like, well, the first person that always comes to mind when people ask me that is Sammy Hagar. Seriously, though. He's got a great social media presence, and just I really like what he's doing. And he seems very personable. And he just, to me, is one of those guys that are out there that are just still a rock and roll star. I've never seen him. Did I see him? I've never seen him solo. We saw the Van Halen tour where he and David Lee Roth did separate sets. That was the only time. So I saw that he was doing some kind of tour with some great musicians, and I went to circle back around to that. And before I could do that, thank you, Paul Chabot, for texting me and saying that you bought tickets to see the show next summer in Bridgeport. So we're excited to go to that. So what are we talking about? Well, Sammy Hagar announced that he's doing a tour, and he's calling it the Best of All Worlds tour. He's not calling it a Van Halen tribute concert tour. He's being careful not to call it that, even though he could. They're going to do a lot of Van Halen songs. But this is exciting. For this tour, it's basically most of the members of his band, The Circle. So Michael Anthony, bassist for Van Halen. Jason Bonham, for those of you who don't know, John Bonham's son, the drummer, the legendary Led Zeppelin drummer. His son is playing. And in The Circle, it was Vic Johnson on guitar, but in this case, it's going to be Joe Satriani, the legendary guitar player, touring with them. And that's pretty amazing. Now, he was in the band Chickenfoot with Sammy Hagar, and Chickenfoot, you have to follow along here, people. Chickenfoot was another super group that had Mike Anthony in it, but also added Chad Smith drumming from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So if you guys remember that, that's pretty amazing. But if you don't know anything about Joe Satriani, he's only the most decorated instrumental guitarist of all time, selling 10 million records, 15 Grammy nominations. Who remembers his album Surfing with the Alien? And he's done a lot of session work for people, or tours as far as that's concerned. He toured with Jagger in 88 on his first solo tour. He toured with Deep Purple in 93, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. So this is pretty massive super group doing a lot of Van Halen songs. So they tried to get together and do an Eddie Van Halen tribute. It's really sad they can't do that, but they did. I mean, Joe Satriani was in negotiations and talking to David Lee Roth, I think, and Alex Van Halen, I think, to do something, and that didn't pan out. They all tried to figure something out. These guys just cannot get it together. It's with David Lee Roth, and, well, Alex Van Halen is not involved, and Eddie Van Halen's son Wolfie, who's got his own thing going, is not involved. And so I don't know what the deal is. They just can't seem to get it together and be like, you know what, this music is going to go on forever. We're only here on this planet for a certain amount of time, and Eddie was amazing. Let's all find a way to get together and just do a huge tribute tour. And there'd be a lot of people who'd want to play on that tour and go see that. So, but they just cannot do that. It's crazy. Anyway, this will be the next best thing, because I love Sammy Hagar, and I love his onstage persona and how he performs, and what a group. This is going to be amazing. So you guys should get your tickets. Check it out. I know they're playing Red Rocks. That's pretty amazing. And they're also touring. On this tour is Loverboy, and Loverboy I'm a huge Loverboy fan. Paul said, is that good? Is that there? I said, yeah, that's good for me. I don't know about you, but I'm a huge fan, especially of their first two albums, their debut and then Get Lucky from 80 and 81. There's like 15 songs between those two records. All the deep cuts. I mean, we have my brother and I. We know all the words to all those songs. Take Me to the Top, When It's Over, Gangs in the Street, Lucky Ones, Kid Is Hot Tonight, Teenage Overdose, DOA, Always on My Mind, Turn Me Loose. Did I say Turn Me Loose? So many songs from those two. So that's exciting. I hope that they're good in concert. I haven't really tried. I've never seen them in concert, so that's exciting. What are we doing for Song of the Day? Well, for those of you in the know, it is my birthday today. Yes, people, yes, settle down. And it's, I'm 55. So we all know where this is going, right? And we're talking about Sammy Hagar, and I'm 55. And you know what? I Just Can't Drive 55 seems appropriate today. The first single off his 8th album, VOA, in 1984, went to number 26. Based on a true story where the national speed limit, maximum speed limit law was set to 55, and he got pulled over late one night heading to Albany or something. He was going 62 in a 55 in New York State and got a ticket. I can relate to that. From 16 to 26, I got 10 tickets in 10 years. So apparently I cannot drive 55. And in New York State, fun fact for those of you who don't know, if you get 3 speeding tickets in, I think, less than 2 years, then they will revoke your driving privileges in New York, even if you don't live in New York. So I got a nice little letter from a judge that said, even though I lived in Connecticut, that said, hey, you can't drive in New York for a year because you got 3 tickets. And that was interesting. You have to go to prove that you're a good driver in your own state. See, the key is to get a ticket out of state and then get permission to drive from, I was going to grad school, so from Connecticut to grad school and back, I had permission for 1 year to only drive the roads that go from Connecticut to Pleasantville, New York and back. That was fun. Good thing I finished grad school that year. Anyway, so I Can't Drive 55, great music video. Check out Sammy's hair in this one in the video. I mean, he's super young, obviously, 1984. But totally entertaining, and that's your song of the day on my birthday. I Can't Drive 55. Go check out this tour next summer. Check out the tickets. It's going to be worthwhile. We're at 7 minutes, people, so we're going to close it out for today. Whatever you're doing today, I hope it involves music. Keep it under the speed limit or at the speed limit, not too far over. And as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.